Hi, I'm Lily. Today I'm going to read the story Collecting Things, reading it to level 3A, I think. Wait a minute. Collecting Things. Okay, let's read it. Reading it to level 3A. Collecting Things. Okay, let's read it.
Collecting things.
Oh, sorry. Collecting Things. Mary, Billy, and Tony, and Anita looks very different from one another, but they all like to collect things. Collecting is something that is fun to do, not just for an hour or so, but for days and weeks and months. Mary and Billy and Tony and Anita have good-sized collections now, but each of their collections was dirty with only one thing. Mary began to collect. Mary began her collection of bird feathers one winter day on her way from home to school. Of bird feathers one winter day on the way home from school. When she saw a huge snowflake stuck in a hatch, she thought it was a snowflake, but when she got close, she saw it was a soft white feather. Mary took the feather home and stuck it in the corner of the mirror of her dresser. It looked so pretty. She began looking for other feathers as she walked to and from school. Sometimes a whole week went by and she didn't find a single one, but sometimes she found two feathers in one day. Little by little, her collections grew. Mary keeps the feathers in a piece of corrugated, wrinkled cardboard. You can see like this, and it's a little hole in it, so she put it in this cardboard. She puts the stem-like part of the feather into one and the many ready-made holes that are in this kind of cardboard. Ask your mother to help you find some corrugated cardboard. The soft, bendable kind is best because then you can round it into a circle and put your circle of feathers into a jar or a vase. One summer morning on his way to the park day camp, Billy lost a nickel. He never did find a nickel, but he did find something else. He found a small stone that twinkled in a million tiny lights. Billy showed the stone Billy showed the stone to his day camp counselor. This is a kind of stone called mica, his counselor told him. Is it worth a lot of money, like a diamond? Billy asked. No, diamonds are worth much, much more than mica. Oh, diamonds! When I read you the story, most valuable stones in the world, in the story, diamonds came. And that's alright, Billy said. I like to look at it as much as I would a diamond. You will find lots of stones to like, said the counselor. They are all around you. They come in all colors and shapes and sizes. No two are even ever the same. That's how Billy got started on his stone collection. He keeps the stone in empty egg cartons and colors the hollows in the egg cartons different colors with poster paint. He chooses colors that show the stones off best. Look, these micas are very pretty. Tony comes from a big family. He couldn't even count his aunts and uncles and cousins until he got second grade and learned how to count more than 100. Tony's relatives came from Puerto Rico, and now they live in different places all over the United States and Canada, so everyone in Tony's family keeps touch with everyone else by sending picture postcards. After the postcards have been seen by everyone in the family, they are given to Tony for his collection. He keeps them in a shoebox. To brighten the box up, he painted it with a model airplane paint from the dime store. Tony's mother bought a packet of index cards for his box, and the top of each index card there is a little tab that shows above the postcards. His mother helps him print words on the tabs and tabs. They print such words as mountains, buildings, bridges, and parks, words that describe the picture postcards. Now, when Tony gets a card, he drops it under the word that best describes it. The last present Unina brought her button collection to school to exhibit in the hobby show. Unina found her first button on the seat of a bus, and Unina here and some women sat here, and it had fallen off the cart of the lady who was sitting beside her. The lady had gotten off the bus before Onita could tell her. I'll keep the button in case I see the lady again, Onita said to herself. She never did see the lady again, but she did see lots of buttons. She found them in the stairway and in the horse of her apartment building. She found them in the street. Her mother gave her some pretty ones from her sewing basket, and so did her aunt. Onina showed off her button collection in a very pretty way. She sewed the buttons on a large square of felt. Her mother made a 2-inch hem and each end of the square. Then she drew a narrow wooden road through each of the hems. The roads had been bought for a few cents at the hardware store. A narrow length of velvet ribbon attached to the top of the top of the road made a pretty cord for hanging the collection on a wall. Many different things can be collected: coins, stamps, basketball cards, salt and pepper shakers. A few people even collect automobiles. That person The person that collects automobiles would be very rich. A collector is always looking for different kinds of whatever it is he collects. If he has two or more of one kind, he tries to find someone who needs that kind and who in return has something he needs. Then they can swap. At the hobby show, Onina swapped a red button, and then she had 3 or 4 large blue buttons that she could see through, and Mary swapped 2 cardinal feathers for an ostrich feather. Billy couldn't find anyone who had the kind of rock that he needed, so Tony didn't want to swap because he liked all of his postcards. One of the nicest things about being a collector is that you collect friends too. Bye!